Good morning, it's Barbara. It's going to be chillier today, I think, than it was yesterday, but I'm going to be out on the deck with the dogs when the cleaners are here, so I'm not now. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Kim will be here shortly. She's picking her mother up. My sister-in-law, Kim, is picking her mother up to go have lunch with her mother's cousin, Laura's cousin, Sarah Ann. And so they will be gone. The cleaners are coming this afternoon, so I have a little bit more puttering to do. I've got to go to the post office, clear off a few things, but otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty ready. Doesn't really look like it, but you know, let's be real, I don't get too ready. I've been knitting. Look at that. I'm partway up my chart. So I have my little design at one point of the hat, and I think that's perfect for me in terms of doing a little something something, but not too much. So this is going to be the bottom of the hat, and it's going to have one panel of design, just like that. Ooh, I wonder if Kim wants a pom-pom. This is my friend Kim, so I have a sister-in-law Kim, who's local, and my friend Kim in Florida, who I'm making this hat for. I don't know. Well, we'll see if we have enough yarn for a pom-pom before we get a decision. Then I would have to find my pom-pom makers. But I was knitting. We watched a little more I, Claudius, which was enjoyable, and then I just had a knit on the hat, and it worked out great. Feels good to be knitting, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the yarn, so maybe I'll just make some small things that I can finish. It just popped into my mind. Maybe I should make Dennis some fingerless mitts, gloves. Yeah, I don't know about that. So anyway, yeah, I have a lot of hats. Well, and I inherited more hats because we cleaned out Aura's house, and I had made her and Garland several hats. So I got lots of hats. And although I think Dennis has lost one of his hats. He's not sure where it is. So I could make him another hat. He has 3 hats I made him. Light coolness, medium coolness, and, you know, super warm. And I'm not sure he can find all of his various hats, so we see. I could always make him another hat. He would like that. He likes my hats. But yeah. But I'm not knitting any gifts. I'm not knitting any gifts for a while. Well, I'm knitting Kim's hat. After that, I'm not promising any gifts. Maybe I'll work on my blanket for a while. I'm very close to my cable needle. I'm very close to finishing, you know, I'm doing a granny square blanket, and it's a giant granny square that's going to fit on, one giant granny square going to fit on my king size bed. And I had started it 2 different times. Started a blanket. I was just going to do a granny stripe blanket, but both times I ended up making it way too big. So I took advice and decided to just, since king size beds are square, I decided to just make a granny square, and then I can't go wrong. So, but I've been crocheting from the original 2 different starts that I had. And I mean, this blanket is huge already. It's big enough for a very nice throw in the living room. And I still have not stopped crocheting from the old blankets. So I haven't been able to put any new yarns in this blanket yet, but I am getting close. I am getting close. So maybe after I finish this hat, I'll work on that blanket a little bit, and maybe my goal will be just to get to the point where I'm using new scraps, new minis. I will be having some Advent minis, and I want to think about what I want to do for that. I have made 2 cowls and a shawl and a sweater in the last 4 years. And I like them all very much. Oh, and one year I made a hat. I made a sock head hat out of, maybe I'll make a hat again this year. I do like my mini sock head hat. Maybe I'll make a Musselburgh, because I love the Musselburgh hat. I enjoy knitting it, and I think that would be very fun to have made out of minis, and you could turn it inside out and see all the different colors depending on what mood you're in. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make a Musselburgh hat, because I really like one. Although I made Aura a Musselburgh hat, I made myself a Musselburgh hat, and I made Dennis a Musselburgh hat. So we have actually, I'm not sure where Aura's is now that I say that. I think I made hers out of hand spun. Speaking of hand spun, I did do all that spinning at Tour in July for the Tour de France, Tour de Fleece. And I haven't done anything with that. I have that pretty coral, 2 pretty coral singles that I've got to ply. And maybe I should think about how to incorporate some spinning into my schedule. The spinning wheel got moved into the dining room along with everything else, but it could come back into the living room if I figured out where to put it. We added a chair, a recliner, into our living room suite, so we don't have a lot of room left for things. You know, we have lots of chairs, and I mean, it could go in front of the fireplace except when we're having a fire. Anyway, whatever. I'm rambling and I'll stop. So today is cleaners day, and so a little more puttering to get ready for the cleaners, and then go to the post office, and that'll be that. Yeah, that's the plan. I went to the store yesterday. Oh, I made pumpkin custard yesterday. I got an urge for it. Pumpkin custard is essentially pumpkin pie with no crust. So I just used the recipe on the Libby's can for the pumpkin custard, but I substitute artificial sweetener for the sugar, and I substitute heavy cream for the evaporated milk in the recipe. Otherwise it's the same, and feels very fall-like. It's my, you know, pumpkin spice, because it is pumpkin spice. My pumpkin spice treat. I don't drink flavored coffees, so generally, so I don't do a lot of pumpkin spicing in general, but that's my pumpkin spice. So I made that yesterday, and I had to go to the store to get dog food, and so I got pumpkin, and so I made pumpkin custard. We planned our Thanksgiving dinner. Dennis has ordered the turkey. And now I just got to get in that room and start clearing. I showed you the before the other day. Anyway, I'm going. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.